Hi guys! So I'm 34 weeks and 4 days today, which means I can now go into labor at any moment and the hospital's not going to try to stop it anymore. I don't necessarily want to go into labor this early because there still might be complications, may or may not be complications. At this point, my doctor said babies who were born at 34 weeks versus full term don't have very much of a long-term difference. First thing is my birthday's next week. That's kind of exciting. It's next Wednesday. It's March 7th and I'm going to be 20. So I am no longer going to be a teenager, which is really exciting. And I think I'm just going to go like out to dinner with my family or something. I don't really know what we're going to do yet. So symptoms this week. Kyson has been moving a lot more. Usually Kaden's the mover and I can't really feel Kyson that much, so I don't know if he just like switched positions to where I can feel him more or if he's just like getting more active, but I've been feeling him move a lot more this week, like a lot. Also, my stomach is so low. Like it literally feels like when I'm sitting down, it literally feels like my stomach is sitting on my lap. That's how low my stomach is. It's really weird. And I've been having so many Braxton Hicks. Like I have Braxton Hicks every single night for sure, and then this past like 4 days or so I've been having Braxton Hicks during the day also, and at nights once in a while they'll turn like a little bit painful, but they're never consistent and they're never like, they never keep going, they always stop, so that's how I know that they're just Braxton Hicks and not anything exciting, which is probably good because it's still too early. Just a sign my body's getting ready. Also, it is nearly impossible to like get up at all. Like to get out of my bed in the morning is a huge thing. It's like this huge process to get out of the bed because I'm so uncomfortable. I have to like roll over, and like anytime I even get up like from a chair or anything, I'm like groaning trying to get up. I'm like, oh my god, because it's like impossible to get up. Also this week, I was giving Lily a bath a few days ago and I was just sitting there, and I have asthma. But it's not a bad asthma at all. Like I have an inhaler and I only have to take it as needed, and that's like a few times a year. Like I hardly ever need to take it. But like the other day I was just sitting, I was giving Lily a bath and I felt really like short of breath, and I had like my asthma symptoms were coming back, so I went and took my inhaler and it didn't help at all. And then like I woke up the next day and it was still the same, and I realized that they're just getting really big, that they're squishing my lungs. It has nothing to do with asthma. It's just that they're so big, I just can't breathe anymore. Also, oh my god, it was so exciting. If you guys have me on Facebook, then you already saw this, but 2 days ago, I was just sitting there and I'm like constantly touching my stomach. I'm like trying to figure out what's what and who's who, and it's just like, I was like touching it, and I could feel Kaden's head was right around my belly button area. So I was like playing with his head, and like he probably doesn't like that, but I was like grabbing his head and stuff, and then all of a sudden there was something right here, and I swear it was his fist. It felt like this, and so I was touching it, and then I was like holding it, and I was totally holding his hand, and it was so cute. It was like the cutest moment ever, because like I could totally feel, I don't know, I can't even explain it. It was like I could feel his knuckles, and then I could feel it go down like this, and then I could feel his head like underneath it. So he was totally like this, and I could feel his little knuckles. It was so cute. And then he like moved it away. So that's why I think it was like a hand, because I kept touching it and then he got annoyed, and then he was like, Mom, stop. And so he moved. But it was really cute. It was so exciting. And I had my biophysical profile this week. She actually did a whole growth thing. It was a different ultrasound lady than it usually was. I think she was just kind of like a fill-in, so she didn't really know what she was doing really that much. Like she knew what she was doing, but she didn't know, like, I don't know. She started like measuring them and stuff, and I was like, are you doing the whole growth scan? And she was like, yeah, you do it every single time you come in here. We're always supposed to do it. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I didn't want to like argue with her, because I don't know, but my doctor said we're not doing any growth ultrasounds, we're just doing the biophysical profile. So I don't know, but anyway, I got a whole bunch of cute pictures, so that's good. But before I show you the pictures, after she measured everything, Kyson is measuring at, this was yesterday, so I was 34 weeks and 3 days. Kyson is measuring at 34 weeks and 6 days, and Kaden is measuring at 34 weeks and 1 day. So it's pretty much exactly on like what I am gestationally. So that's absolutely perfect. And the due date that the measurements gave me was April 7th, which my due date's actually April 10th. So I put it just a little bit ahead, but they're not going to change anything because, you know, ultrasounds at this point aren't like that accurate. Also, after she averaged together all of like their size and everything, first of all, okay, if you guys have had a growth ultrasound before, you kind of know what it is, but what they do is they measure just different parts of the body. Like they'll measure just like the thigh bone and just the head and just the abdomen, and then it'll tell you how big each part is for its gestation, and then it'll average it all together to get the overall average, which is, like I said, 34 weeks and 6 days and 34 weeks and 1 day. So she was like measuring all the parts, and Kyson's, like first she was doing Kyson's, and she was measuring like his leg and his abdomen, and they were all coming out to like 34 weeks and 3 days and 34 weeks and 1 day, like just normal readings. And then she measured his head, and his head was measuring at 36 weeks. Oh my god. And then she measured Kaden's too, and Kaden's was measuring at like 36 weeks also. So they have huge heads, which is really not exciting. After she like averaged it all together, she said that according to the measurements, Kyson is weighing in at 5 pounds 7 ounces and Kaden is weighing in at 5 pounds 5 ounces. So they're apparently over 5 pounds already, which is really, really, really good, because the more they weigh, the less likely they'll have to be in the NICU. And there still could be breathing complications and stuff like that, but the heavier they are, the more likely, the more developed they are. That was really exciting, but I really don't think I'm gonna need preemie clothes. I don't know, they might like fit in preemie clothes, but I don't think I'm gonna have to like go out of my way to go buy preemie clothes, if you know what I mean. Because I mean, if the ultrasound is accurate, which I know it's not always accurate, but I mean, if it's even close to accurate at this point and I still go for another 3 weeks or so, they're gonna be pretty good sized babies. So I think preemie outfits are probably gonna be okay. Or not preemie outfits, newborn outfits are probably gonna be okay. And she also said that Kyson looks like he's gonna be longer, and he has a smaller abdomen, and Kaden has shorter legs. So Kaden's just overall smaller right now, which is weird because before he was measuring bigger, but right now they're just like fluctuating, and plus it's just an ultrasound. It can only be so accurate. But oh, and Kaden decided he wanted to be head up that day, so it seems like every other ultrasound I go to, he like flips, but Kyson is consistently staying down, thank God. So we're good for a vaginal birth either way. It's just like Kaden needs to make up his mind. Is he gonna be head up or head down? Or I'll make it up for him, be head down. And she was also, when she was doing the ultrasound, I didn't think you could see hair with 2D ultrasounds, but she was looking at Kaden's head and she was like, wow, he has a lot of hair. And I was like, how can you tell? So she like showed me, and what it is, it's like, depending on the angle that you put the ultrasound thing at, you can see these little things that like spurt off of the roundness of his head, and she said that that was hair. So Kaden has a bunch of hair, and then I told her to check Kyson too, and she said Kyson has a bunch of hair too. So they're gonna be some hairy little babies. And also, they had no problem showing off their junk, so they're definitely boys. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the pictures, some of the pictures I got. I got a whole bunch. So I'm just going to show you the good ones. This one is amazing. This one is Kyson's face. It's straight on. So it might be kind of hard to see. I'll point it out. But you have to look at it and it just looks like a baby. Like there's eye, nose, and there's his lips. So his head is like all right there. So I thought that was amazing. You can like totally see him. And here is Kaden's pee-pee. And it looks really weird just because of the angle that it's at, but it's like hanging, so that's why you can see the part of it and not the other part. But there's his ball sack and there's part of his penis. So yeah, he's definitely a boy. And then there's just Kaden's head. Here, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. This is Kaden's ear. So there's like, it's just a random earlobe, and then his head was right here because he kept like turning his face. Here is Kyson's profile. You can totally see it. See, there's his head. Or his head goes here, and his little nose, and his little lips. He has some thick old lips. So that was totally cute. And then here's Kaden's junk again. Again, no problem showing it off. I don't know if I really need to point this one out. There's a little ball sack. There's a little pee-pee. And then here's Kaden's profile. So he's his chin is down, and then there's his arm, but there's like his nose and his forehead. It's so cute. And then here's Kyson's profile again. And here's another one of Kaden's profile. So you can see his head and his nose. And he's like this. So you can see it like, kind of like that. And here's Kyson's balls. And just the angle, it's angled weird so you can only see his balls. that's pretty much the only good pictures that I got. The rest of them are just like okay, but those ones are like the good ones. So anyway, they're doing absolutely perfect. And the ultrasound tech was really surprised because she wasn't my normal ultrasound tech. She was really surprised at how like big they are and how healthy they are. And there's a ton of amniotic fluid in there for both of their sacs. So that's really good. They're just measuring absolutely perfect and they're nice and happy in there, which is perfect. So other than that, that's pretty much all for this week. If you haven't done this already, I know that if you're not in the US, I think it works for people in Canada too, but if you're not in the US, I don't know like how it works, but if you go to my Facebook fan page and you go to the left side of it and you go down, you scroll down under, it's right where it says unlike to unlike the page. It's like right above that or right below that, I don't remember, but you can click subscribe to SMS and you should get the updates to your phone. So when I do go into labor, because I'm going to be doing updates that way, so if you want to do that, then you can go ahead and do that. I know it should work for everyone in the US, and I heard that it works in Canada too, but people from other countries, I don't know if some people are getting it to work and some people aren't, but some people are having trouble with it. So I'm going to try to see if I can look up how to do it a different way, but it seems like that works for most people. It's just people that are outside of the US, it doesn't work, which really sucks. But it'll still be in your news feed. It's still just a normal Facebook update. It's just that if you click that, then the update will be sent to your phone rather than it just being in your news feed. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my 34-week twin belly. Okay, so here's with the shirt down. Oh, I'm huge. Here's the shirt up. See all my stretch marks. Looks like, oh, I definitely grew this week. Looks like I'm at, oh god, I can't even see it. You guys tell me. Maybe 44 3/4. Yeah, 44 3/4. I definitely grew then. Getting massive. So that's pretty much all for this week. Also, random side note, I mentioned before how my I get this horrible pain. It feels like I did like a million sit-ups every single day. I get it down the sides. Well, I'm starting to get the pain that goes straight down the middle. And one of my mom's coworkers' wife had this problem to where her muscles actually like split open, and it was like a constant pain. And that's how mine feels. So I'm really hoping that my muscles aren't tearing there, but I'm gonna talk to my doctor about it and see if there's anything that you can do, because I'm pretty sure that it really feels like my muscles are tearing, which is not good. And then for recovery, it's not good either, because your muscles won't go back completely like how they were before. I almost don't even think about it anymore, just because my stomach is constantly in pain. It's always hurting all the time, which really sucks, but it's just like straight down the middle. It's just always sore. Anyway, let me know if you guys have had any problems with that before and what it's called and stuff. Maybe I can research it a little bit, talk to my doctor, see if that's what I have, which should suck. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and if not, then I'll talk to you guys for week 35. Oh my god, 35 weeks. That is crazy. Okay, I'll talk to you guys for week 35. Bye.